First of all, I'm wearing an Asphyx t-shirt. Today I'm going to be talking to you about vinyl and their codes. What is the deal with vinyl codes? I love vinyl. Call me a hipster if you wish, but I think it's a fantastic way to listen to music. I think it's a great way of engaging with an album, and you know, it's kind of been forgotten somewhat. So you've bought your album, everything's great, and you're about to open it and there's no vinyl code.
Oh no!
I mean, it's personally kind of, you spend money on a physical kind of copy of something, you know, it's something tangible, you've got it, and it's great because you can admire it in that kind of respect. But what if you wanted to listen to it on the go? You can't pick up a vinyl and, you know, bring your bloody vinyl player with you, can you? It'd be better if you had just a one-off code, which is fine, and you can just download it. You know, it could bring a totally new audience into what vinyl is, and it's not perceived as this sort of, oh, everyone's the wanker sort of thing that has vinyl, because it's on the up and up. And I think people need to pay attention to music more. You know, if you had vinyl codes, perhaps there would be people who may not necessarily want to try vinyl or anything like that, or who are kind of more technologically kind of focused, you know, like your Spotify's and all that sort of stuff, which is great. You know, I don't question playlists, and it's fantastic to have that kind of reach, but you know, it could open so many different doors for other people, is what I mean. You know, there's a possibility that people just aren't doing it because they're just like, well, what's the point? You know, like, I'll get a vinyl, fine, you know, you cash out on your vinyl player, all this sort of stuff, and then you haven't got anything to listen to it. And I sort of sympathise, because, you know, it's not cheap, you know, it's like 25 quid for a vinyl, and it's got to be an album you really like, you know, one of those. And then, you know, you come in the whole different colours, and you get to see the big artwork, and like, you know, some of it's kind of like Maiden style, where you're like, whoa, Eddie's doing this, and you know, like all this sort of stuff. And you just would like to have that experience, but just be able to transport it into the digital kind of dimension. The digital dimension. What is this, The Matrix? Yes, you're buying the physical copy, and that's great, but you're not going to go and torrent it. You know, I'm not going to lie, if I get a vinyl and I've not got a code with it, I'll download it from some torrent somewhere, because, you know, that's how I'm going to get it, and that's how I want it on my iPod. There's also the possibility that you might not have time. You know, vinyl is fantastic as a medium, but it does take up a lot of time. So if you've got a particular album, I mean, there's two arguments for this, because if you've got a particular album that you love, it's great, because you can sit down, you know, you can be like, and just absorb the music, which is awesome. But if you don't have the time, or if you don't have, I don't know, like, for example, your roommate's always around, or, you know, you live with someone who doesn't like metal, I mean, you shouldn't be living with them in the first place, but you could listen to it on your iPod or something, but you still got the tangible copy. That's just my opinion. I think that it's really important that we keep buying vinyl, especially because it's on the up and up and up. You know, it's getting bigger than streaming and everything. But streaming is good. I'm not saying streaming is bad, and I'm not saying that vinyl is good. It's not like, you know. It's just that we need to embrace both, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. They're just beneficial, man. Like, why wouldn't you want to have an album where you're like, this is my vinyl, this is awesome, and then not have something that you could listen to it digitally? It's just silly. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think I'm talking completely out my arse? Am I completely off the radar, or am I somewhat right, but I've missed out bits in here? Let me know. So if you enjoyed me waffling on about vinyl, give us a like, and make sure to subscribe. Peace.